Hello, Lenore. So I just finished watching your video and I thought it was very interesting. I'm just kidding. I tend to stick with like a word or two in my videos and just repeat them. It's kind of annoying. Um, so, and that reminds me to write something down. So I really liked your perspective on some things. You kind of talked about some things that were, uh, just the way you worded it, kind of made some things stick a little bit more with me, things I may have like glossed over in mine. So I am, sorry, I'm trying to write a note here. I really enjoyed that part of yours. Sorry, let me make a note here about something. Okay. All right. Sorry. I had a realization in my brain. So let me get started. So I agree with you. The circular pattern, is definitely between mom and daughter. Dad, no idea what dad's part is. But I like how you picked up on Pam's behavior during the conversation when the therapist is talking, where she is kind of agreeing. She's very anxious or nervous or just uncomfortable being there, like you said. And so I picked up on some of those things. And then the interaction, I agree with you. It's the anger and the walking away, between the mom and the daughter. They talked about how the parents do a lot for her at home, which is why she doesn't really want to grow up, but she does outside of the home. And so I think that plays a lot of the issue in their circular patterns. Mom is so used to doing everything, I'm assuming saying and giving directions. But it's almost like she's starting to resist those things. So maybe where she has said that she doesn't really want to grow up in the home, maybe she does. And mom's not realizing this because this is just how they have functioned for so long. So I'm kind of picking up on some things there based on, your perspective, some things that you've said. The suggestion of the dynamic, you talked about how, sorry, my TV is on. I forgot to pause it, and young Sheldon's on. So you talked about how the therapist suggested mom asking her, do you want me to say something? Do you not? Or Pam even saying, I don't want you to ask me about these things. And so he's really suggesting setting boundaries. And it's a big part of that family therapy. And where am I at? Yeah, family systems therapy. And so there was something else I wanted to talk about on that one. Was it just the setting boundaries? Hold on. Pause for a moment. And yeah, boundaries. And so yeah, that's the direction I wanted to go was boundaries. And then, so where am I at on time? I couldn't gauge mom very well, and maybe I'm just blind and, little laptop screen. But I couldn't tell if she was really on board with the change, setting those boundaries. Is the mom okay? She's been so used to, like, I guess, no boundaries with taking care of everything for the daughter. So is she going to accept those, or is she going to be resistant to it and completely do the opposite when they get home? And then, unfortunately, I have had your experience too in a different way. And unfortunately, those conversations or those responses from parents are devastating to me. And I think that's just me taking things personally. which the reality is, obviously it's not correct because you did what you should be doing. You were helping her. And even the daughter was like, look, sorry, this is how she feels about all my teachers. And so, I can see that being a pattern of, family communication there. I wonder if like you've ever experienced where, you have the kid that is behaving, you talk with parents, you talk about, the expectation, what are they doing or seeing at home, and the parents promise a change in behavior, promise, discussion, something, but nothing changes. And so I wonder if you have experienced that, because I definitely have. And I think this would be a great theory to implore, as a counselor. First, you got to really understand the family dynamics with the child, and then, go from there. Do you need to invite parents in for the conversations, or you just, how are we going to use this in there? So, enjoyed your video. It was very interesting. Just kidding. See you later.